The Arrow T75 staple gun is Underwriters Laboratories listed for installing non-metallic cable, commonly known as Romex, but its approval is specifically tied to the use of T50 staples. These T50 staples are engineered for this particular application and should not be interchanged with other staple types or used in different staple guns. If you are experiencing difficulties with the T75 staple gun, verify that you are indeed using the correct T50 staples. Another troubleshooting step is to contact Arrow directly for their expert assistance. There's an alternative to staple guns for securing non-metallic cable. Consider using a cable tacker. Cable tackers are purpose-built for installing non-metallic cable and often provide a more user-friendly experience compared to staple guns. However, this ease of use often comes at a higher price point. The ideal method for determining the most suitable tool for non-metallic cable installation involves hands-on experimentation with both staple guns and cable tackers, allowing you to assess which option aligns best with your preferences and skill set. When working with electrical wiring, safety is paramount. Always ensure that any tool you use is Underwriters Laboratories listed and approved for the specific application. Follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations to minimize the risk of electrical shock or fire. Understanding the nuances of cable securing methods is essential for safe and effective electrical installations. Improperly secured cables can lead to damage, creating potential hazards. The choice between a staple gun and a cable tacker hinges on factors such as budget, frequency of use, and personal preference. Both tools offer distinct advantages and disadvantages. Staple guns like the Arrow T75, when paired with the correct staples, provide a cost-effective solution for securing non-metallic cable. However, they require careful attention to staple placement to avoid damaging the cable's insulation. Cable tackers offer enhanced precision and ease of use, reducing the likelihood of cable damage. However, their higher costs may be a deterrent for occasional users. When selecting staples for use with a staple gun, always refer to the manufacturer's specifications. Using the wrong type of staple can compromise the integrity of the cable and create a safety hazard. Similarly, when using a cable tacker, ensure that the staples or fasteners are compatible with the tool and the cable being installed. Before commencing any electrical work, it is crucial to disconnect the power supply to the circuit being worked on. This precautionary measure significantly reduces the risk of electrical shock. Additionally, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses and gloves, to protect against potential hazards. When securing cables, avoid over-tightening the staples or fasteners. Over-tightening can damage the cable's insulation, leading to short circuits or ground faults. The goal is to secure the cable firmly without compromising its integrity. Regular inspection of electrical wiring is essential for maintaining a safe electrical system. Look for signs of damage such as frayed insulation, loose connections, or corroded wires. Address any issues promptly to prevent potential hazards. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical wiring, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to have the necessary knowledge and experience to perform it safely. Firstly, ensure the staple gun is compatible with non-metallic cable installation. Secondly, only use staples specifically designed and approved for use with non-metallic cable. Thirdly, adjust the staple gun's pressure setting to avoid damaging the cable's insulation. Fourthly, position the staples correctly, ensuring they straddle the cable without piercing it. Fifthly, avoid overdriving the staples, as this can also damage the cable. Sixthly, inspect the installed staples to ensure they are securely holding the cable in place. Seventhly, if you encounter any difficulties or are unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult with a qualified electrician. Consider the gauge of the non-metallic cable you are working with when selecting staples. Larger gauge cables may require longer staples to ensure adequate holding power. When using a cable tacker, ensure that the tool is properly adjusted to prevent damage to the cable. Cable tackers typically have adjustable depth settings to accommodate different cable sizes. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when using a cable tacker. Overdriving the staples or fasteners can damage the cable and create a safety hazard. Inspect the installed staples or fasteners to ensure they are securely holding the cable in place. If any staples or fasteners are loose or damaged, replace them immediately. When working in confined spaces, use caution to avoid damaging the cable. Sharp edges or protruding objects can easily nick or puncture the cable's insulation. Consider using cable protectors or raceways to protect the cable from physical damage. Regularly inspect your staple gun or cable tacker to ensure it is in good working condition. Replace any worn or damaged parts to prevent malfunctions. Always store your tools in a safe place away from children and unauthorized personnel. Electrical safety should always be a top priority. Never take shortcuts or compromise on safety when working with electrical wiring. If you are ever in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. When installing non-metallic cable, adhere to all applicable electrical codes and regulations. These codes are designed to ensure the safety of electrical installations and prevent potential hazards. Regularly review electrical codes to stay up to date on the latest requirements. When working with electrical wiring, always be aware of your surroundings. Avoid working in wet or damp conditions, as this can increase the risk of electrical shock. Keep your work area clean and free of clutter to prevent accidents. When disconnecting electrical circuits, always use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before beginning any work. This is an essential safety precaution that can prevent serious injury. If you are working on a complex electrical project, consider creating a detailed wiring diagram. This can help you to stay organized and avoid mistakes. Double-check all connections before energizing the circuit. Loose or incorrect connections can cause malfunctions or even fires. If you are working on an older home, be aware of the potential presence of asbestos or lead paint. Take appropriate precautions to protect yourself from these hazards. When disposing of electrical waste, follow all local regulations. Do not simply throw electrical components in the trash. Many electrical components contain hazardous materials that must be disposed of properly. Consider using energy-efficient lighting and appliances to reduce your energy consumption. This can save you money on your energy bills and help to protect the environment. Regularly inspect your electrical panel to ensure that all circuit breakers are functioning properly. Replace any circuit breakers that are tripping frequently or are showing signs of damage. If you are planning a major electrical renovation, consider hiring a qualified electrical contractor. A qualified contractor can ensure that the work is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes. When choosing an electrical contractor, check their credentials and references. Make sure they are licensed and insured. Get multiple bids before making a decision. A qualified electrical contractor can provide valuable advice on how to improve the safety and efficiency of your electrical system. They can also help you to plan for future electrical needs. Consider installing surge protectors to protect your electronic equipment from power surges. Power surges can damage sensitive electronics and shorten their lifespan. Surge protectors can help to prevent this damage. Regularly test your ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles to ensure they are functioning properly. Ground fault circuit interrupters are designed to protect you from electrical shock. They should be tested monthly. If you are working on a project that requires a permit, be sure to obtain the necessary permits before beginning work. Working without a permit can result in fines and delays. When you buy a new home, have the electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician. This can help you to identify any potential problems and ensure the safety of your family. Educate your family about electrical safety. Teach them how to recognize and avoid electrical hazards. Make sure they know what to do in case of an electrical emergency. Remember, electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By taking the necessary precautions, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and keep your home and family safe.